I left my fiancé after realizing he was in love with his mom. At first, when me and Peter started dating, I thought it was sweet how close he was to his mother. He was 28 but still lived with her, not because he couldn't afford to live alone, but because she needed a real man around, since she was a single mother. He would regularly have to cancel dates because his mother had an emergency. I was very understanding. Family is important. But it started becoming suspicious how often his mother had emergencies exactly when she knew he was out on a date with me. On Valentine's Day, she called in tears because she was sure their house was on fire. When he canceled our reservations to rush there, turns out she had just burned her French toast. On my birthday, she broke her leg, got Peter to take her to ER where the doctor said that her leg was fine. Date night, panic attack, a planned vacation. His passport went missing, we couldn't make it to our flight. Then later his mom miraculously found it in the kitchen drawer, where I know for a fact I had looked before. You get the idea. I brought up my concerns about this pattern of hers to Peter, but he completely dismissed it, said I was just trying to distance him from his closest family because of my jealousy and paranoia. Eventually, me and Peter moved out on our own. His mother hated that. She would come over unannounced every other day, leaving us with no alone time, and she would always criticize every little thing I did wrong. She would constantly talk about how her boy needed a woman around who could properly provide for him, feed him meals, do his chores, and that nobody could provide for him like his mother would. This was taking a severe toll on my mental state, but Peter didn't see anything wrong with her comments. When we got engaged, instead of celebrating, his mother came over crying, but those were not happy tears. My baby is growing up too soon. He's not ready. Shouldn't a mother be excited when her son decides he should get married? I couldn't take it. I went out with my best friend for the night and left Peter to deal with his mother. When I came back home, I saw my 28-year-old grown-up fiancé had fallen asleep in our bed, cuddling his mother only in his underwear. I got the biggest ick of my life. It made me see their relationship as deeply emotionally incestuous, and I was starting to get disgusted by it. I remember times where he would sometimes sit in her lap. She once even joked that he's gotten so handsome. She almost gets wet when he sits in her lap. He laughed it off and said it was just a joke, but I just think that kind of a relationship between a mother and her full-grown son is disgusting. My final straw came when we were planning the wedding. Not surprisingly, she bought a white dress for our occasion and insisted it wasn't white, but eggshell. Yeah, sure, whatever. But then I found out Peter had been taking dancing lessons with her. I was confused since he had refused to take them with me. Turns out he and his mother had decided that the first dance at our wedding should be between him and his mother, since she has been alongside him longer than I have, and there's no love stronger than a mother's love. I was appalled. What else? Should he put the ring on her finger as well? I had had enough. I told him I will not marry a man who would rather be married to his mommy, gave him the ring back and canceled our engagement. He tried to convince me I was overreacting, but I just felt a large weight come off of my back when I canceled the wedding. The idea of being in a marriage with a giant man-child to whom mommy would always come first sends shivers down my spine. I'm so glad I broke up with him. I am now in a new relationship with a man whose family has lovingly welcomed me into their lives. And Peter just posted a lot of pictures with his mom on social media. Last month they went to a couples retreat in the Maldives that we had picked as our honeymoon spot. At least he got to be there with the true love of his life.